recognizing, I don't think there's any dispute that the science used in that case was invalid and unscientific, so you're not disputing that. What I am disturbed about, and I'd like you to reconsider, is that we did not, in our complaint, primarily look at the individual examiner on the issue of professional negligence or misconduct, although we think he should have given correct testimony, and we think there were things wrong with his testimony, as Dr. Adams was talking about. But the key, if you go back and look at our letter of August 13, 2008, what we're saying here is that A, NFPA 921 was the correct science, B, the Willingham science was incorrect, but the key issue is what we are against, moving against the Texas Fire Marshal's Office. It's the Fire Marshal's Office that engaged in professional negligence or misconduct. And the reason is, at some point after Willingham, was it 1994, 95, 96, 97, 2000, at some point, they knew and adopted NFPA 921 as the correct procedure. I believe, and we requested that you inquire of them, you know, when they adopted it, but we've looked at their website and they now use it as a manual for training, because there's no question this is the standard. So the key issue here, it's a profoundly important one that I commend to you, and that is, does a forensic laboratory have a duty to correct any past representations that are wrong, that are scientifically invalid? Ron Singer, past president of the American Academy of Forensic Sciences, he was chatting with him, he left, but every person I've asked in the AFS, including the current president, everybody recognizes that there is a duty to correct. And the problem in the Willingham case is that at some point in time, it became clear to the Texas Fire Marshal's Office that when they adopted 921, that the old method, which was scientifically invalid, where they were making inferences that an accelerant was there based on scouring and alligatoring and spider glass and all the other things that have been discredited, they had an obligation to go back and notify prosecutors that they could no longer stand behind the testimony. Now, I really commend to your attention, and we'll send the documents to you, that the same thing happened with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They used to do an analysis called composite analysis of lead bullets, where they would look at the chemical constituency of the bullets, and then agent examiners for 30 years were testifying, this bullet came from that box of ammunition that the defendant had. Well, it turned out that that was based on false assumptions, that no such conclusion could be reached. National Academy of Sciences made that recommendation. The FBI accepted it. And when we brought this to the attention of the FBI that they had a duty to correct, they have entered into a program with the Innocence Project where they now are reviewing thousands of cases. They went to get the transcripts, and they write a letter to prosecutors and to state court judges saying that they are engaging in this project with us and that they are notifying the prosecutors, look, this was invalid science. We can't stand behind what the agent examiner said. Do what you will in deciding whether something has to be done with the case. So when you look at our recommendation, our letter here, all we were asking the commission to do, and the first issue is whether the agent examiner was negligent when he testified. That's not the key question. The key question is, when did the Fire Marshal's Office have an obligation and a duty to correct? That's what we're asking you to do, because when you look at the statute, I just have one further thing, Mr. Bradley, because you keep on calling me this New York lawyer that's coming in, saying all these things, and you made a big point today of saying that you never recommended this commission that they adopt certain things on jurisdiction. Go look at the conclusion part of this memo that you have finally admitted that you wrote. And it says here, sir,
talk in the future if you continue to violate the rules of policy.
Give me 2 more seconds. It says here that the FSC, in conclusion, does not have the discretion or power to accept or investigate any or every complaint, and then it goes on to say, except from a DPS accredited laboratory. Now, I'm thrilled and pleased that the scientists here have rejected your effort to use jurisdiction not to get to the truth.
Doing some
but
great
it's time
here,
that you get to the truth.
You
Please
are misstating the record.
No, you were misstating the record all the time with gratuitous statements and attacks on us.
Yes, you got cameras here. You enjoy the cameras. You enjoy the drama.
Cameras, sir.
Well, then have a seat and do it in a
personal attacks on me. So So this is my point of
Mr.
personal
Radley, Mr.
privilege to
Scheck,
respond to
y'all
you.
both please sit down. Thank you.
I'll waive my time.
Tim Fallon.